Assalamualaikum to Dr. AMIR. My name is Nur AZIZAH. I'm going to present first subtopic, sole proprietorships. A sole proprietorship is a business owned by one person, although it may have many employees. There have six advantages of being a sole proprietorship. Simplicity, which is sole proprietors, easy to establish and requires far less paperwork than others. Is simply by starting a business operation without creating a partnership or corporation. Single layer of taxation. Sole proprietors' income tax is straightforward matter for them. All the profit flow through to the owner and they treat their income and taxes. Other than that is privacy. A sole proprietorship not required to report anything to anyone. Next is flexibility and control. Sole proprietors not required to get approval from a business partner or boss. They can make their own decisions. Fewer limitations on personal income. Sole proprietorship keep all the after-tax profit and the business generates. The personal satisfaction. They are taking their risks and enjoying their rewards by their own. 6 disadvantages of being a sole proprietor. First is financial liability. The owner and business are legally inseparable, which is give the proprietors unlimited liability. Unlimited liability means the owner is responsible for all the debt and the losses in the business. Other than that is demand on the owner. The sole proprietors often stress making all the major decisions, solving all the problems by their own. Third is limited managerial perspective. Even running a simple business, it can be complicated for the sole proprietors that require expertise in accounting, marketing, information technology, and many other fields. Next disadvantages is resource limitation, limiting its ability to expand to hire the best employees and to survive through the economic periods. Also, there is no employee benefits for the sole proprietors, which means they must pay a vacation time, sick leave, health insurance, and others with their own pocket. Lastly, we have a finite lifespan. The owner death may mean demise of the business, which is when the owner is dead, there is no one going to manage their business.
Assalamualaikum doctor, my name is BAIRUNNISAH. I'm going to present the second form of ownership, which is partnership. Partnership is an unincorporated company owned by 2 or more people. There are 4 types of partnership. Firstly, general partnership, which is a partnership in which all partners have joint authority. Secondly, limited partnership, a partnership in which 1 or more persons act as general partners. Thirdly, master limited partnership, a partnership that is allowed to raise money by selling units of ownership to general public partnerships. Limited liability partnership is a partnership in which each partner has unlimited liability only for his or her own actions. There are 4 advantages of partnerships. First, simplicity. Second, single layer of transaction. Thirdly, more resources and less cost sharing. The disadvantages of partnership includes unlimited liability, expansion, succession, and termination issues, potential for conflict. If we want to do business based on partnerships, these are the partnership agreement that we need to follow. First, investment percentages, profit sharing percentages, management responsibilities, and other expectations of each owner.
Assalamualaikum. I am BASIRAH BINTI SIDI. I would like to present the next subtopic, which is corporation. Corporation is a legal entity distinct from any individual persons that has the power to own property and conduct business. This corporation is owned by shareholders. There are two types of corporation. The first one is private corporation. Private corporation is a corporation in which all the stock is owned by only a few individuals or companies and is not made available for purchase by the public. The second one is public corporation. Public corporation is a corporation in which stock is sold to anyone who has the means to buy it. There are four advantages of corporation. The first one is ability to raise capital. The second one is liquidity. The third, longevity. And the last one is limited liability. There are 6 disadvantages of corporation. The first one is cost and complexity. Second, reporting requirement. Third, managerial demands. Fourth, possible loss of control. 5, double taxation. And the last one is short-term orientation of the stock market. There are 3 special types of corporation. The first one is S corporation. S corporation is corporation combines the capitalizing option and limited liability of a corporation with the big federal taxation advantages of a partnership. The second one is limited liability company, LLC. LLC is a corporation combines limited liability with the pass-through taxation benefit of a partnership. The number of shareholders is not restricted nor its members' participation in management in this LLC. And the last one is benefit corporation. Benefit corporation is a profit-seeking corporation whose charter specifies a social or environmental goal that the company must pursue in addition to profit.
Next is corporate governance. The structure and characteristics of corporate governance is public corporation is a corporation whose stock is sold to the general public. Private corporation is a corporation whose stock is held by a small number of owners. S corporation is a corporation allowed to sell stock to a limited number of investors. Limited liability company is a corporate structure with benefits similar to those of an S corporation. Benefit corporation is a profit-seeking corporation whose charter also requires it to pursue a social or environmental goal. Subsidiary is a corporation primarily or wholly owned by another company. Parent company is a corporation that owns one or more subsidiaries. Holding company is a special type of parent company that owns other companies for investment reasons. Alien corporation is a corporation that operates in the United States but incorporated in another country. Domestic corporation is a company that is incorporated in one state, whereas the foreign corporation is a corporation that does business only in the state where it is chartered. Board of Directors is a group of professionals elected by shareholders as their representatives. Corporate governance also refers to responsibilities and performance of the directors specifically. Okay, corporate governance first is the shareholders, then board of directors, next corporate officers, and then employees. Shareholders can be divided into two. Proxy is a document that authorizes another person to vote on behalf of the shareholder in a corporation. Shareholder activism is an activity undertaken by shareholders to influence executive decision making in areas ranging from strategy planning to social responsibility. Corporate officers are the top executives who run a corporation and also manage the company. Example, manager and CEO. Whereas the Chief Executive Officer is the highest ranking officer of a corporation. Example, Chief Financial Officer, CFO, and Chief Information Officer, CIO.
Assalamualaikum and hello Sir and everyone, my name is Nur Husnina SYASYA binti AHMAD dari SHAM and my matric number B0C2110354. My sharing is about mergers and acquisition. Mergers is two companies that combine or join to form a single entity, while acquisition is one company to buy controlling interest in voting stock of another company. Next, we go to advantage of merger and acquisition. A merger and acquisition can increase market share. They can also reduce the cost of operation. They also can avoid replication. Merger and acquisition can expand business into a new geographic area, and they can also prevent concern of an unprofitable business. Next, we go to disadvantage of merger. Therefore, is raise price of product and service, create gap in communication, prevent economies of scale. For is create unemployment. They have three types of merger. One is vertical merger, two is horizontal merger, third is conglomerate merger. Merger and acquisition defense. Yes, two is tender offer and positive. There's a three type defense themselves against unwanted takeover. One is poison pill defense. Second is sell newly issued stock. Third is white knife tactic. That's all for my sharing. Thank you.
The last subtopic on form of ownership is strategic alliance and joint ventures. Strategic alliance is a long-term partnership between companies to jointly develop, produce, or sell products. Arrangement between two companies that have decided to share resources to undertake a specific mutually beneficial project. A strategic alliance is an agreement could help a company to develop a more effective process. Strategic alliance allow two organizations, individuals, or other entities to work toward common or correlating goals. Next, we have a joint venture. Joint venture, a separate legal entity established by two or more companies to pursue shared business objectives. A joint venture is a business arrangement in which two or more parties agree to pool their resources for the purpose of accomplishing a specific task. A common use of joint venture is to partner up with a local business to enter a foreign market. They are partnerships in the colloquial sense of the word but can take on any legal structure. That's all for our presentation for a topic form of ownership.